Harry Kane is a generational talent, a leader of men, the most dedicated individual I've ever seen. He has given every ounce of sweat, blood, and tears to his career and to his craft. To build him up like that, just to tear him down, is a crime against football. Put some respect on his name. Now, I wanted to make this short video for you all today. One, because obviously I'm Harry Kane's number one Spurs fan, as you all know. But B, because I actually believe the penalty kick has exposed maybe the only weakness in Harry Kane's game. And if he gets that mentality right, it will be the making of Harry Kane, and Tottenham will be the beneficiary of this. Now, let me state by saying I have absolutely no bias in what I'm saying here. As Kane's penalty miss does not affect me, as I'm Irish, and we did not make the World Cup. But what did hurt me is seeing a man that is a model professional being torn apart the way he is. And he's already been made the villain. He's been vilified. Even though someone like Ben White from Arsenal basically betrayed his country by being sent home for having a disagreement and an argument with Steve Holland and turned up to meetings not knowing his tactics or the best aspects of the rival players that he could be coming up against. And unfortunately, it also overshadows actually Harry Kane becoming England's all-time joint goal scorer alongside Wayne Rooney with 53 goals. Now, I knew as soon as he missed it, basically, that he would be vilified, torn apart by the media, by rival fans. He would be the butt of everyone's jokes and memes. They'd be calling him a choker, a bottle job, etc., etc. But the reality is, he was brave enough to step up, not once, but twice. And that takes real guts and absolute bollocks, especially with the weight of the nation on your shoulders. And he was brave enough to take that responsibility. And for me, that just shows that the guy is a true leader. And also after it, he did not hide from it. He took full responsibility in an interview with ITV, and also posting on social media here saying, absolutely gutted. We've given it everything, and it's come down to a small detail which I take responsibility for. There's no hiding from it. It hurts, and it'll take some time to get over it, but that's part of sport. Now, it's about using the experience to be mentally and physically stronger for the next challenge. Thanks for all the support throughout the tournament. It means a lot. And also, at full time, you could see, actually, before I go on to that, I will be touching on the mentality aspect in just one moment's time. But you could see at full time, at the full time whistle, Kane was crushed, dropping down to his hunkers. You could see that he immediately grasped the reality and the consequences of that missed penalty. And you could see that he was really hurting deep inside. Now, for me as a Tottenham fan, he's been absolutely massive for Tottenham. He's led by example, always giving his all when putting on the jersey. He's showing nothing but dedication when put out there by Tottenham Hotspur. And he has scored goal after goal after goal as well to help us reach some of the heights that we have reached over the last few years, although not getting over the line. And for me, now it's about time to pay this guy back, to be honest with you. Instead of kicking a man when he's already down, let's be better than that. Let's hold him tall with us. He has stood tall for us many of times before. Now let's stand tall with Kane when he needs us most. We need to let him know that at least the Tottenham fans love him. You know, when he walks out at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we need to greet him with a chorus of "He's one of our own." That might also sway his decision. He might, on his future, he might then feel indebted to the fans that when everyone else turned their back on him, Tottenham fans did not. So let's be better than everybody else out there. Let's set the example. Let's get behind this guy, sing his name, and push him on to even greater heights. Now, for me, what I liked about about Harry Kane's statement on his social media is that he's actually using it as a learning curve, recognizing the need to improve the mental aspect of his game and using it to highlight a weakness in his game instead of making excuses like others have done at Tottenham before. And for me, it can only be a positive thing for Tottenham going forward. And Harry Kane can only be a better player for it. Now, we know he will learn from it because and I also believe that he will look to implement and also put in place something to help the mental aspect of his game. Because before, when he was having all them ankle injuries, and let's be honest, he hasn't been injured for about 2 or 3 years now, or long term like he used to get. And that's all purely because he recruited the services of Canadian-based sports medicine specialist Dr. Alejandro Eliriaga Claraco to cure his long-standing ankle problems, and has played a key role in conditioning his body for the rigors of professional football. So if the guy is willing to seek help outside of Tottenham Hotspur's medical department, because he flies this guy in once every single week to help him, to help rehabilitate him, etc., etc., etc. I know he's going to go off and maybe seek someone like a mental coach, like Gary Neville has done it before. You've heard some of all these good players before that have done that sort of things. Rio Ferdinand has spoke about it, stuff like that. So I have no doubt that Kane will definitely go to seek that help as well. So for me, I think once he does that, I think we have the absolute complete player on our hands. I think you have a guy that when the big moments do come around, because one of the things that have maybe been accused of him, and then maybe Kane highlighting the fact that the mental aspect of it is that he hasn't shown up when it matters most or on the big occasion. And for me, this is maybe the final step in the process that he needs to take to be able to become that guy, to put him in the bracket of a Ronaldo or a Messi. Maybe he doesn't have the longevity, but I think he could definitely put himself in for future Ballon d'Ors if he can correct this and get this right. Now, a bit of a personal message to Harry Kane from me. Big man, keep your head up, turn that disappointment and sadness into motivation to kick on and win things. Sometimes these big moments are lessons for us to learn from, so that when the moments do come back around again and again, which they will multiple times in my opinion, you will be prepared to deal with it and take it. And for me, this miss does not define you. What will define you is how you bounce back from it. You've got all the records in the Premier League and at Tottenham to break. Let's get back and let's get the job done. And then going into the Euros, put yourself in a good place, my man. Now, like I said, this will be the hardest, if not one of the hardest moments he's ever had to deal with in his career. Now, for me, you actually, guys, everybody out there has two options. You can either make a legend or break a legend. It is your choice. I'm off to enjoy some homemade taco fries before I head out for the evening. You enjoy your Sunday. Harry Kane, forever and always, one of our own. Come on, you Spurs.